Magic the Gathering has just reached peak insanity. We are now living in a world where Magic players are perfectly willing to spend good money on literal garbage.
Magic. I am a wizard! History. I'm an old wizard! The Magic Historian. My bones hurt.
Greetings! Owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, my friends, I hope the day finds you well because we have a very strange and fascinating situation to discuss today. Magic players buying literal garbage. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh yeah, the card quality has gotten pretty bad. People buying these curved foils or these other damaged cards, they really are buying literal garbage. No. Put that aside. We're talking about literal trash. You are going to be astounded when you see what I'm going to show you, but to fully appreciate it, you're going to need some background information. So, the situation that we're dealing with is a combination of two things. Magic being really successful and having crazy superfans, and Magic being really successful and having crazy financial aspects to it, where everything is worth tons of money, and brand new cards that are printed in a new set can easily attract a $100 price tag a la Ragavan, right? So we're living in a moneyed world of Magic the Gathering, but this is a whole nother level beyond it. Now, when it comes to Magic super fandom, I fully get that, right? You have people who play kitchen table, differing levels, all the way until you get up to the top where people are like, oh yeah, Magic, and that's me, right? I'm the Magic historian. I got my Fantasy Geographic Magic Lore channel. I'm going to be making a product opening Magic channel as well. That's 3 channels. That's a high level of fandom. So I understand loving Magic the Gathering, and that love doesn't just extend to the physical cards. Magic related objects are also hugely ranked for me. So for example, I have right here the Hell Vault, and this was from the Avacyn Restored event. Now, this is like the top shelf of Magic related items. We're talking about promotional items that are only sent out to stores. So you can understand why people would be interested in something like this. This is very, like, if you went to one of these events, you're going to have a bunch of memories attached to it. This event was huge. So this level of desire outside of Magic cards makes perfect sense. And this is very, very far from garbage, right? So this is the absolute top tier in terms of non-Magic cards, but Magic related products. Then you move down a tier into items that you can get at stores and things like that, but they're not specifically given to the store for the store to keep. It's like promotional items. So for example, you've got a Time Spiral Frisbee. Now this kind of thing may not appeal to everybody, right? But certain people are gonna go, whoa, that's really cool. And like you have things like this. This is from the first Portal set, it's a set of crazy little like fold out binoculars that use the artwork from the box. But look at that. They turn into like a little set of viewfinders. So again, these are really neat items. These are sort of things that everybody can agree, hey, these are cool things. And I will admit, I just kind of wanted to show them off too. That's why I'm using them as an example in the video, but I also want to be like, dudes, check out the cool stuff I got, right? So then you move down another couple of tiers because there's other areas in between. And you start to move into the realm of what some people might consider actual garbage. But again, for the purposes of this video, what I'm about to show you does not fall into the category of garbage. So we have here like a range of booster pack wrappers. Are you like somebody who wants to collect those up for the different artworks from the different sets and things like that? I understand that. There's value to that, right? You've got the nostalgic artwork, you've got all this kind of goodness, things like that. And it also extends to actual booster boxes too. Like this is an Urza's Legacy booster box. There's just a bunch of random like Magic related stuff in it. It's not full of like actual Urza's packs or anything like that. I don't have anything on that level. I just have the empty box. But this empty box all by itself is a $20-$25 item. And that makes sense to me because this is a set that, what year was this printed in? Does it say on the box? It must say somewhere. This was printed somewhere in the 90s, right? We're talking like towards the end of the 90s for this particular box. So we've got a situation where this box is like 20 years old, right? And this was way earlier in the days of Magic. So how many of these survived? Think about how many booster boxes you've opened over the years and have just thrown away. I've thrown away most of them in my life. Truthfully, starting this channel got me to start keeping more Magic-related boxes from newer products in case I need them further down the line, and also increased my appreciation for these sort of things. But again, I can completely understand when somebody's buying these. One man may consider this outside packaging garbage, but it's got nostalgia, got the artwork and everything. It makes sense why this would be worth something. So again, this is not something that falls into the category of garbage. So we're going even lower than just outer wrap packaging, right? So you got to be wondering, like, what level of garbage are we talking about? Well, one of the reasons that this garbage is actually able to be sold on this level is because it's misprint garbage. But at the same time, bear in mind, this is not going to be a Magic card. When it comes to misprints, I actually dug out the very first misprint I ever located. Now, if you don't know, misprints back in the day in Magic used to be very, very, very rare. In fact, this was the first one I ever really encountered after years of collecting Magic cards. There were some that had really tiny imperfections that you give them a little bit of a leeway for. But I'm talking about, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up here, but along the top of this card, it's entirely crimped. The entire thing got caught in the top of a pack and actually got ripped a little. But misprints used to be super, super duper rare, and I used to actively collect them. But unfortunately, over time, we all know that Wizards of the Coast quality ended up declining, right? And we get this point where we have so many misprints now that they don't feel special. But I still do have my old school ones, and crimps are my favorite of all of the misprints because they just look so weird with that ruffle potato chip line. Now, crimps feature into the story that we have here. Now, I want to show you something before I show you the image of the garbage. I'm going to show you the garbage here in my hand. This is the garbage that I'm talking about. Now, at first glance, you might be like, whoa, what is that? Is that a special Magic card that's had the front like blanked off when they printed it or whatever? No, actually, if you take a look at the back here, come on, camera, don't do me like that, buddy. Come on, show them the words. Show them the words. There you go. So on this, it literally just says in a bunch of different languages that the cards inside this pack are for people 13 and above. Now, there are millions of these in existence. Millions of them. Basically what these are is anytime an LGS gets a pack of F&M promos, whatever else, anything like that, there's always one of these inserted in the back. Basically, it just says where the product was made and the age that everyone has to be 13 plus. And it says on here, it's like, please retain this for future reference. Like you're going to keep every one of these inserts. This is literal garbage, right? Yeah, you could use this as a like a divider in a box of cards and write your name on it or whatever else, but this has no financial value. Like, this is literally extra insert garbage. This is more worthless than like a token, even like an ad insert. This is the biggest piece of garbage that I can think of related to Magic, except for the cellophane wrapper. So, up on the screen now, you are going to see an image of this exact same style of cards, but you're going to notice something about it. You know how I showed you the crimp on Mundungu? Well, this one has a crimp running right down the middle. And if you actually take a look in the back of the card itself, behind it, laying there on the ground, you can see a sealed little package. Those will be one of those store promo packs. And the line that's running down along the middle is that plastic grab part on the back of the pack. So you can literally see what caused this. So this is a crimped F&M or other promo insert piece of garbage card that was placed up for auction and went for at least 30 American dollars. Like, that is absolutely insane to me. 30 American dollars, first of all, comes closer to 40 in Canada. People are paying crazy amounts of money now for literal trash. And the only way this was possible is to, first of all, become a misprint collector. So you have to be into Magic misprints, which is already a huge rarity. If you go into almost anything, any other product, any other game or whatever, misprints are not valued. In fact, quite the opposite. In the sports card industry, misprints are considered completely valueless. So you have this special scenario where with Magic players, you actually have misprint collectors, which again, I understand because I'm one myself because of how rare they were, right? So you have these people who have been part of the game probably for a very long time. They become misprint collectors because of the rare oddity nature of it. And there are a lot of people currently involved with Magic who have a ton of money because of when Magic came out. A lot of Magic players who started with it as kids when the game first came out, well, now they're 40, 50, they're engineers, scientists making big money, which means they can throw money around like this. Like, I can't even imagine having so much money that you can see a lower quality, ruined, crimped version of one of these and go, I'll toss $30 on it. Like, that to me is emblematic of how insane the financial nature of Magic the Gathering has become. It's become such a financial behemoth that you can, not only can you sell damaged garbage cards that are misprinted, but you can now sell damaged garbage inserts that serve no like this. They don't mean anything. They're worthless. And it went for $30 at least. That's absolutely mind-blowing to me. So this is definitely something that, as the Magic historian, I wanted to catalog, but I have said my piece. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Big thank you to all of my patrons. I'll leave some links on the screen. Let's spend some more time together.